Hello and welcome to the Comedy Hunt on YouTube. Today is the weekly challenge round and joining me today are Mr. Tanmay Bhatt, pretending to be Zakir Hussain for some reason, I don't know why.
I'm Surinder. That's what I am.
Totally.
Obscure reference.
Yeah.
And Mr. Biswa Kalyan Rath.
That's an obscure reference.
Oh, wow, Taj.
Yes.
Wow. So what we're going to do on this week's episode is we're going to talk about the challenges that we got, the entries that we got for our last week, which was the news comedy round. We got 39 entries, not 40, but I'll talk about that later. And we got a bunch of very interesting entries. But before we get into that, I will just ask both my fellow gentlemen here what they felt about the 40 entries that came in. What did you think?
I thought each and every entry was way better than any news comedy we've done.
You know, it's really sad, but that is what we felt. Like, we saw a couple of the entries, we were like, yaar, ये तो थोड़ी बेइज्जती हो गई because second week में if your contestants are making better videos, not very good. What did you feel?
I didn't feel that way at all. I was like, इन लोगों को कुछ नहीं आता है. But they're trying. So that's good. That's what I felt.
I think it's really good that we play good cop, bad cop with all the contestants that come in. But here are the couple of things that we did notice about all the entries that came in. One, a lot of people ended up considering news comedy as something which basically means you sit behind the desk. Because their conception of news comedy is कि desk के पीछे बैठेंगे उसके बाद आगे jokes मारेंगे.
Set up, joke.
Yeah, and we got a lot of that. What did you think? Did you think there was also a lot of that, or what stood out for you?
I felt, yeah, I mean, out of the 40 videos, 20 were kind of that. But the ones that were different were amazing to watch. Because even when we just think behind the desk parody kind of things. Some people have done really weird shit. So it was really enjoyable to watch.
And I think you also realize in this challenge that what is the news that people are watching. Like, I was hoping that more people would pick out like some obscure reference, like कुछ Finland की कुछ bizarre story के ऊपर लेके कुछ. But we still got a lot of Maggie. We got a lot of like current news
People
topics.
very extremely attached to Maggie. I didn't realize how important Maggie was. Like, Maggie is like my mother in that sense. Like, I'll only realize how important she is when she dies.
But Maggie does not die.
Maggie is very alive.
You boil Maggie, and I hope nobody boils their mother.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if somebody's mother cooks in 2 minutes, that's very awkward.
Yeah.
And do you look at your mother and say, "Isko tastemaker thoda aur chahiye?" But I don't think there is similarity in death and Maggie. It's a little weird.
Yeah. When we had Maggie, we never valued it at all. Like everything was like, अबे 2 मिनट में तो कभी बनता ही नहीं है. Like, lol, what the fuck all Maggie? Like, Maggie's so lame, it's only better with cheese. Like, no one ever respected Maggie for what it is.
Correct.
Which
Like-
is the same thing which happens with most products.
AIB के ऊपर केस नहीं आया तब तक.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
the other thing which we got a lot was porn got banned in the week. And so we got a lot of entries on the porn ban.
There's something about porn that just inherently makes like Janta laugh.
Yeah, Janta is very like,
It's just, everything is that.
At this point, I want to ask you, do you want to make any correlations between porn and your mother, like you did with Maggie? Because now is the time. Does porn also get done in 2 minutes like Maggie? I'm just, no?
No.
But I also felt that all the porn videos that came, nobody was really invested. Like, as in, all the jokes were like, हाँ, अब मैं हिला नहीं सकता. That was like, nobody went a step beyond that.
Like, no one's done it from a female perspective, the porn ban. Everything
Yeah.
is so like, dudes are upset. You're taking away my dudeness by doing this. My bros are becoming smaller. Like, it's just, everything is very that. But there's no other perspective on it.
I think this advice is true for most challenges, which is that you will obviously get first thoughts, but I think people need to then start looking at, is there a possibility that other people would have done the same thing?
Correct.
So the first thought syndrome, I think after a point you need to get out of it.
Yeah.
Basically in comedy, if you think something is damn funny, it's been done. Like, there's nothing that's left. It's been done. ये बात हो उससे शुरू नहीं, it's done.
Because if you know that 40 people are making a video on the same subject in the same format, then obviously if you do something totally weird and obscure, the chances of you standing out way more.
Just invariably, fourth idea will be better than your first two.
And on that note, we do want to talk about a couple of these videos that stood out for us. What they did was they tried something unique and new. So let's start and watch the first one. It was by a group called Forked Up. And it's called BCMC News. So let's check it out.
Are you listening? Damn.
हेलो बिट्टू, पापा टीवी पे है।
कान के नीचे दूंगी देखो।
भगवान हमारी सुन ले।
खाने देना।
वो दिन का पहला शुरुआत हम अपने कुत्ते का टट्टी से करते हैं।
मैं मैगी खिला दूंगा तेरे को।
आप ही हैं वो पॉटी मास्टर जो अपने गोल कप में पॉटी मिला। कौन बैंड से आपकी कंपनी को कितना फर्क पड़ा है?
फेस क्रीम दे दो।
अच्छा फिर
तू और मजे ले ले मेरे बहन।
तो ये थी आज की न्यूज BCNC न्यूज पे। तो बने रहिए हमारे साथ और कहीं जाइएगा नहीं। बारिश होने वाली है।
That was amazing.
Yeah. You're still on the tabla thing.
Yes, I love
Okay,
it.
here's why I really liked what they did. They played on some of the Hindi news tricks with that, like the guy going shoo sha shoo.
I love his entry. That's the funniest. Like as soon as he enters, there's just this 10-second awkward. We're like, oh, he's coming on a cart, on a vegetable cart. That's cool.
Yeah, like just in the fact that that takes a lot of commitment to be the opening of your video, where you're like, I'm going to do a news video, but for 10 seconds, I'm just going to show up on a cart.
But what I really liked was there is some level of writing going on. Every scene has a beginning, middle, end, and jokes are consistent. Characters and acting is actually good. Like the characters have acted really well.
I love the what is Golgappa part.
Yeah,
Which I thought was hilarious.
Which is actually a good thing that they did, which is a lot of people who made the video, they only focused on one news item.
Yeah.
The advantage that they did was they wrote shorter, so a couple of jokes, but they managed to do 3 different premises.
Yeah.
So it's almost like doing 3 different sketches, which makes the chance of you making your audience laugh, and automatically it becomes fresher.
Correct.
So I thought that was a very interestingly done thing. The fact that it chose 3 news topics was pretty good.
Actually, मेरे को best लगा कि उसमें टट्टी reference.
Yeah.
Tati reference wins.
It's the Tati is like the like Tati Chaddi. These are words that you put them anywhere in any point, and it's just hilarious.
So Tatti Maggie Pawn.
Tati Maggie Pawn, dead mom. These are all not in the same bracket.
Nice. All right, so let's check out our second video. Another very interesting one made by Anuj Gulati. It's called Desh Ka Naya Jallad.
Super.
Let's watch the video first, and then let's discuss that.
What a great title.
मेरा नाम है अमर, आपका अपना रिपोर्टर। सुधाकर दोषी जो थे हिंदुस्तान के इकलौते जल्लाद, अब हो चुके हैं रिटायर। मेरा नाम है आपका नया रिपोर्टर।
देश को अपना नया जल्लाद चुनना ही होगा।
आपको ऑफिशियली मर के कैसा लग रहा है? देश के नए जल्लाद। तो जीवन राम सिंह जी, क्या आप करेंगे?
हाँ, करेगा।
तो मरने से पहले क्रिमिनल जी, आपकी कोई आखिरी इच्छा?
हाँ है ना मेरी आखिरी इच्छा।
कौन बनेगा अगला जल्लाद, जानने के लिए देखते रहिए। पर याद रहे, मैं हूं अमर, आपका नया रिपोर्टर।
Okay, why this video worked for me and what I thought was interesting is that a lot of people actually made videos on the Yaqub Menon hanging.
Correct.
But they took it to the second thought, which is like, let us not talk about Yaqub Menon, let's do the guy who hung him. Let's do something around that guy, which is interesting, which is again, automatically same news story but differentiates. And I think they did a really good job with the Hindi news tropes also.
Correct. They have a character, and that character has a journey.
Yeah.
He dies, comes back, and then he reports.
Pretty intense.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they added that small Amar touch.
Like
It's very annoying. It'll get stuck in your head. Like you'll just be taking a shit.
Come back.
But anyway.
Sorry, I'm going to stop.
All right. And the third video, which I think also deserves a special mention, is by a group called Funny Brownies. They made a video called In Other News. Let's watch that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
So, what's been happening? In international news, real estate mega mogul and hairpiece connoisseur Donald Trump is running for the president of the USA.
That have lots of problems.
Sports and celebrity news, we have a B-grade member of both the categories, Srisha.
Now we have Trisha Dasgupta with a live update on the weather.
Yes, raining. Not raining. Yes, it's raining.
I love you.
Dude, the game. Sorry. Wait, what?
Alright, so here is why I really like this video. I think these guys really played with that format of sitting behind the desk and doing the news. So like we were talking about earlier, a lot of people thought कि चलो desk के पीछे बैठ के comedy करते हैं. They really played with light actually. Very well done.
Very well, yeah.
video cut from the scene to the news, cut back to the scene. Interesting format. I thought jokes could be better.
Yeah. I mean, jokes can always be better, but
but it was very nicely done. Again, like I saw it and I went like, this is way better than any of the stuff we've attempted.
Yeah, like this also allows you to do like be so flexible. You can cut to any scene from which you go into a news situation.
Yeah.
So I thought they did it really well.
Of all the 3 videos that we saw, one thing that stands out is planning. They have put in thought into writing, shooting, everything. This needs to be thought.
They planned it. And there are different types of jokes in all of them. There are different types. Like it's not just verbal. I'm going to do a setup and punchline. All of them had either one visual joke or one edit joke. Like there are different types of jokes, which is cool.
So I think overall with all 3 videos, we wanted to give these a special mention because they tried something new, very interesting stuff, and hopefully in the next challenges as well, they're going to keep on experimenting. I think just to sum up what everybody spoke about, go beyond the first thought, experiment, and also plan well so that you can come up with better quality of videos. But in general, pretty good round. Got a lot of interesting stuff. Which brings me to the sad bit, which is that we are now going to have to eliminate.
Damn it.
2 contestants. तो ये अपने पास यहाँ कुछ अन्नू मलिक टाइप म्यूजिक नहीं है, but 2 contestant हमारे को हटाने पड़ेंगे, and the first unfortunate contestant which we have to let go of. Mama Skittios. Number 1. Unfortunately, the video wasn't as funny. I think you tried really well, but just in terms of the comedy, it didn't really work for us.
That's fine though. That's fine.
Like Tanmay said already, like who are we to judge on some level? It's just that just because you're eliminated from this particular comedy hunt doesn't mean you don't keep making videos, doesn't mean you don't keep putting your content out there. I'm sure you're going to find an audience as well.
Yeah.
And it's cool, man. Like we all make videos that don't go exactly as we planned, as we have all done on any of our channels.
Yeah. Audience is the best judge, but to reach to them, write to Scoopoo.
On that note, we're going to have to come to our second contestant who had to be eliminated. Unfortunately, they didn't even send a video. Yes, BBN, unfortunately, did not send the video. We still have 38 contestants, and what is going to happen now is we're going to move to announcing the next challenge, which is...
And our next challenge! Do it, my hands will not get tired. Announce it! Bollywood! Yes!
Our next week's challenge is Bollywood, and when we say Bollywood, it technically means you can do anything around it. It means you can cut a trailer spoof, you can do a song parody, you can... Anything around Bollywood. Could be anything in the news about a particular movie star. I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
So many things around Bollywood for you to look at. It's a really broad challenge, so you can really go wild in terms of, I think, picking some stuff out. We've all done a lot of Bollywood stuff.
These guys should try and do like, a lot of these older movies, they're damn funny because it's very stupid. So they should try and do like in front of a bookshelf, try and review these movies by like cutting away to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can like do, take a song and change the lyrics.
They could do that also. But I think the first idea is way better.
Yeah, first one's better, especially if you're like slightly good looking.
Yeah, but don't be too popular because then you get banned.
Cool.
So what is something that you are looking for in terms of creators? Because I think that'll be advice that
I'm looking at a little more than just saying that Bollywood makes shit movies.
Yeah, definitely.
So if we just get into the process, why they make shit movies?
Yeah, or find a trope in Bollywood that's been unexplored. Something that Bollywood has done a lot, but no one said ye kya hai. Let's try and maybe find something there.
All right, so the Bollywood challenge videos are going to drop on Wednesday. So that's where I encourage all of you to come to the Comedy Hunt channel and then comment, subscribe, leave all your feedback to these creators. They only have 1 week. They create really interesting stuff and they need all your support.
Super.
But before we leave, I have to clear this. You know how we got so many videos which were around 30? The 1600 videos we got, the entry videos in the contest. The number of videos.
That's where humor comes from, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it, but there was just too much. And this is me saying it. A lover of all things scatological. So what we want to leave you with is a supercut that we made of just the sheer number of videos that had 30 or 30 related references. So before we leave, please look at this.
30 नहीं हो रही है 3 दिन से हमारी पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, पानी बहे जा रहा है।
ये अब तो बाथरूम भी ढंग से नहीं आता।
आधा पादा कौन पादा।
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I'm too hipster to say bye.
क्यों बाय नहीं बोलेगा तू?
नहीं.
तू बहुत cool है. ज़्यादा स्टार हो गया तू.
Yes. Alright, this week's challenge on Comedy Hunt on YouTube was news comedy. We have some great entries even though it's the first week. So click here and check out the playlist. And this Friday at 3 p.m, 2 unfortunate souls are going to be knocked out. So tune in for that and check out the Comedy Hunt on YouTube.